what odds would you have got for Hickman being the first of those guys to win a race? Incredible ride from Hickman, and he's really trying to establish himself as one of the main men in that team. You've got to say though, Haslam, Ellison are still kind of ranked above him, even though he's grabbed that first win. And for Haslam, 2 poles in a row, it just shows his quality. I know it didn't come through for him at Silverstone, but I expect a bit more from him here. Ellison obviously had a bit of a disaster in Silverstone as well, but second on the grid, good round here. So I think those guys, that whole team are going to have a good one. I know Peter's not been quite so good here, and that's going to be an interesting thing about Peter. Ellison, Haslam, you know, are going to be good week in, week out. Whereas I think Peter, he's shown flashes of brilliance so far in his career, but he hasn't nailed that consistency. So is this going to be a breakthrough year when he does that week in, week out or not? So that's a big thing for him. But it's a great team, and you know, I was worried when they said 3 riders. It's a lot more engineers, you know, more parts, but they seem to be getting it right.
Yeah, obviously Oulton Park's a new challenge for me, but to get pole position in the rain was good, and this morning warm-up we managed to get a dry session under our belt, so yeah, we're feeling pretty good, and fingers crossed we can make that pole into a win. The weather forecast said it's coming in, but you never know with Oulton Park, and yeah, either way now we've got a dry session under our belt and a wet one, so as long as it's one or the other, I'm feeling pretty good.
The pole was down to the last lap, so it was a bit tight on the weather, but yeah, hoping for a win. You know, it'll, I suppose, settle us all down a little bit. He's never rode a Kawasaki before until this year, so yeah, everything's quite a lot different on it. But the team and everything's going really well. You know, they're trying as hard as they can to get it to suit him, and it's just starting to come together now. So hopeful we might see it for the race.
I'm happy with the way the bike's working, to be honest. We've been struggling a little bit with it pre-season testing. We found a direction at the test here last time and found another step yesterday, so really feel like the bike's becoming mine now. We've still got a bit of work to do, I think. I'm not 100% comfortable on it, but it's really showing the potential of the bike now with Leon in P1 and myself in P2. So yeah, just obviously a bit frustrated getting pipped in the line. I came across the line fist pumping, thinking I'd got pole position, and Leon got me while I was coming into the pits, and all my boys have stood at P2, so a little bit disappointed then, but on a whole, you know, starting from the back row of the grid after the crash at Silverstone, to start from the front row of the grid now, I really feel like the season started, so we can get the JG Speedfit Kawasaki back, you know, where it belongs, or certainly my side back to where they belong as well.
Qualifying didn't really go to plan. To be fair, we've been fast in the dry, but in the wet, I just couldn't quite get the feeling that I wanted, and yesterday in qualifying just wasn't really, I wasn't feeling it, so I brought the bike home safe. We ended up 14th on the grid, which is not the best, but it's not horrendous either, you know. I mean, Silverstone race 1, I was 16th on the grid, and we could have won the race, you know. So fingers crossed, we'll be later this afternoon. We'll be pretty good.
For us to go and think that we had a bit of a struggle with a wet setup at first, and then for them to go and front line it, yeah, it's ace. Peter, for Pete really, it was just a bit of confidence in himself. He's owned up to that, and it's not the bike, so we know we've not got an issue. It's a good thing for him to come out and say that. It saves the lads doing a lot of other work. But for the dry now, Pete's confident, and we've just finished first and third anyway, so yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, really pleased for Leon to grab his second pole position in a row. It was fantastic, and also so happy to see James up on the front row. I mean, from what I could see, he was the man to beat actually in Q2 and Q3. So pipped at the end by Leon, but something tells me that they both might play a feature in today's races. I get the impression that today's going to be a replica of the last 2 days here at Oulton Park. I think it's going to be wet or damp and rain on and off all day. So certainly the camp's set up so that we can deal with those conditions and try and get a result. So many people that have come here, sponsors and their guests have turned out en masse. And although it is wet and raining outside, it's certainly the atmosphere and the conditions not damp inside. So everybody having a great day. Well, we've got Gaz from Geordie Shore, and wherever he seems to go, whether he's here in the hospitality unit, in the garage, or out in the pit lane, he's being mobbed. Actually, what's quite interesting is by some men as well as some ladies. So there you go, mass appeal.
As the lights go out, we're looking at Leon Haslam, number 91, on pole position. Will be desperate to get a good start. Dan Linfoot comes with him, but look at Ellison. Ellison bursts to the front, and here comes a Halloran. So Haslam gets demoted to third place straight away. and it's O'Halloran who makes the Honda filling in that green Kawasaki sandwich at the front. Here comes Haslam making a move on the inside at Druids, and he does cut through underneath. Oh, but goes wide. And Linney just says, thank you very much, I'll have that back. And this time he does manage to make the move stick as he goes into Deer Leap. A moment there for the Honda as he comes out of Lodge Corner.
Here comes Haslam up the inside of O'Halloran. Nice, clean, little bit of a sort of block element to that pass, but good enough in these conditions, I think.
There's Richard Cooper behind Hickman, and behind him Billy McConnell. 2/3 race distance. First time out today for the British Superbike boys. Here comes Haslam, cuts underneath his teammate Ellison.
Goes wide, has to close it.
Ellison tries to find a way back as they go plunging down towards Cascades. That's not going to happen. They go into Cascades, the big whooping left-hander. Through the avenue, down Cascades. Now it's Lakeside and then Island Bend, the big sweeping left-hander. And here comes Dan Linford. He's decided he needs to make a move on Ellison, and he does. A brave move.
Absolutely.
Thrusts the Honda through. He's right there. Remember, this man has never won a British Superbike race.
Idden's right there as well. Look, there he is. Idden's not giving up on this one.
Idden's man, he did lap a couple of tenths quicker than the guys in front of him on the previous circuit. Dan Linford looking massively impressive here.
Oh, he has to move out of the way of the
Linford had to avoid the right ankle, and he does it. The Honda leads. Linford, Honda Racing on the dear old Fireblade, leads the way ahead of the two Kawasaki's. Do you know, Dan is so accurate on the brakes. The Honda's so stable.
He's
he's gone! Oh, Linford, so close to his first victory. Commentator's curse strikes again. Why did I open my mouth? Here comes Christian Idden. The Tyco BMW looks to make a move. Haslam, very, very full of bravado, but he's gone wide, and this time Idden does try and get through. Haslam's not having it. He squeezes him out going into Shell Oils. We're on the final lap of a tumultuous first race here at Oulton Park. British Superbike's at its best, and Haslam just has the advantage. There's a couple of more opportunities for Idden, perhaps.
There is, and Haslam knows he's there now. He can defend a little bit. Difficult to defend because you've got to stay on that dry line.
Oh, he gets good drive out of Britain's Haslam. He really picks up the Kawasaki and gets the drive he needs to hold it as he drops down past Jenny Tinmouth into Knickerbrook. Haslam wins it! Haslam wins it! The flag goes out to greet him for his first victory of 2016 ahead of Christian Idden. Just Ellison third, O'Halloran an excellent fourth on the surviving Honda. Alistair Seeley, RAF BMW, and Michael Laverty.
Podium at Oulton Park. Christian Idden, by our championship regulations, a new championship leader. And Leon Haslam, a second career victory at Oulton Park.
Ecstatic with it, why wouldn't you be? Nerves are slowing down a little bit now. Thought it was second, third. James dropping back. James did all the hard work at first and pulled it back, unfortunately for Dan, but as a team I want my two there. Just need Pete to pull it through a little bit more now, but excellent round two, race two.
It's 16 laps, Oulton Park. British Superbikes, scorching start for Michael Laverty, number 7, who set that fastest lap late in the first race, but he's cautious into the first turn. It's Dan Linford, who was so unlucky in race 1, who prods his way to the front. There is Shaky Byrne alongside Leon Haslam. And Haslam makes a move at Island Bend, gets inside the BY's Ducati. Not for long, he takes his usual wide line at Island, and that gives Shaky the chance to get back. And James Ellison, of course, had his brother Dino to kind of thank for his tyre choice. Look, he's gone right round the outside.
And that's it.
That's Linford goes down.
All I can tell you is that Haslam, that man there, trailing the leg, and his teammate Ellison on slicks, and they will get quicker. The conditions are coming back to meet their tyre choice.
And are both those JG Speedfits on slicks?
Oh, right. Yeah, front and rear.
But look at Ellison. Oh, around the outside of the multi-champion. And pushing it a bit too hard.
Honestly, that is not normally known for his bravery, Ellison, but that is a brave move. He's around the outside. Anything happens like it did to Linford, you are going down with him.
This is an absorbing battle between two absolute pre-season favourites for the title, James. In fact, your choice and mine. Oh, but he does pull a pass there. Oh, or tries to. Oh, boys. Two teammates at JG Speedfit Kawasaki absolutely at one another's throat.
Did you see Ellison shaking his head there? He had a real shake of the head there at his teammate. Oh, he's got it now.
Oh, he's surely got it now.
Yeah.
But you know that Leon will cut back and will be at him. The pocket rocket is such an aggressive responder. Tenacious. Tenacious little guy. Here comes Richard Cooper. Cooper cuts back in front of him. And it's Cooper. Does Cooper get it on the line?
Yep.
They cross the line. Cooper gets it by 1/12 of a second. What a fabulous race. Haslam gets third place from a furious James Ellison. An absolute joy in the Build-Based BMW camp. The first race win for Richard Cooper.
Oulton Park, you know, is quite a challenging circuit for me to come back to. So to come away with a win and a third in these conditions, you'll take it all day long.